All right, here we are out in Winterport. Got the E-Flight F-16 at 70 millimeter and the FMS P-51 red tail 1450 millimeter. Gonna shake off the rust today. Spent a little while in the last few weeks, almost a month, just getting this thing all cleaned up and tweaked. Just rebalanced the prop on this thing recently. Very sensitive to any kind of grass strike, so anytime any anomaly happens with that prop, it's going to need to be rebalanced. Turned out I didn't need it. I had taken it off to inspect it and put it back on. I had put the spinner on 180 degrees out. And if you have one of these, you know that balancing an FMS prop, because they're individual blades, balancing the spinner is equally important. That's why when I balance this thing, I balance it all together with the spinner installed, and you mark on the hub here and on the spinner in alignment to where it's balanced. If you have that thing 180 out, it's going to be way out. Well, anyway, let's get this show on the road. Okay, we get the Admiral 4S 3600 milliamp hour battery in there. A little bit of weight up in the nose, under the tail, in the inlet. About an ounce, pretty close to it. Okay, let's take it out.
Timer start. Motors armed. Timer start.
This really is not my first time out this year. I have flown my Waco a couple times since New Year's Eve. In fact, I flew the Waco last week up in Pembroke. That's the Dynam Waco, if you're wondering. But I got a couple of new planes. I have some intense ones. I have a 80 millimeter F16 Thunderbird. That one over there is actually 70 millimeter. And I have a 90 millimeter F-18 I just put together, the Blue Angel, free wing. Based on that, I want to get these things up to shake a little bit of rust off on some pretty quick airplanes before I maiden those. I like to stand behind this thing, especially taking it off, because the FMS P-51s really have a torque tendency. You take off, it really wants to pull. You got to be on that rudder. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to reset the timer on this. I got a whole lot more time than the clock is set for. See how it wanted to pull? One way and then the other, it seemed like. Really haven't figured it out. It's just very sensitive, but you got to have it on higher rates for the takeoff roll because of that.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
We'll do some passes, get the feel for her. Beautiful. A little bit of she's got power, as always. Keep it up high a little bit. Always keep blue. Keep it in the blue. Blue between the green and the airplane. And the bugs are crawling on me. A little high up, but it is the first flight of the season for this.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
We will bring it down. Just want to get some action going here at altitude a little bit. good. We do a flying real nice right now. I do like it. I am at 3/4 throttle, maybe even a little bit more. It is a slower airplane.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
We'll do a loop. I'm not going to start it as low as I normally do. It's a little warm out. My fingers seem to be a little bit slippery on the sticks. I'm a thumb guy on the sticks, not a pincher. Roll it over. We do a horizontal 360, but not in this spot.
Time remaining.
If I was over in the middle of the intersection of these runways, I would. I'm going to try a barrel roll, corkscrew kind of barrel roll, not a level. Wanted to give it all the room I could. Well, we'll try some landings. Here in a moment. We'll do that coming back the other way.
1 minute.
I have a low voltage beeper on the balance plug there, set to go off, so I'm not really worried right now about the battery if I'm not hearing it.
Gear down.
Do a gear check.
30 seconds. Take off flaps.
Looks like I got gear. Looks good.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
It lands better, I believe, with the takeoff flaps than with the full, but we're gonna do that first. And if my battery's good, we'll do a few different ones. Maybe touch and goes, maybe not exactly the way I wanted to do it. We'll try one with a full flap this time around.
Landing flaps. One minute over.
Do that again.
Take off flaps.
I'm just trying to avoid the bouncing landings. And it's kind of hard with these kind of wheels on here. It's almost better to land it a little bit faster than it wants, just to avoid that.
Landing flaps.
She was headed for the truck.
Timer start. Flaps up.
Bring it back over.
2 minutes
I
over.
kept this in high rates the whole time because as you can tell it's pretty smooth, and dropping the rates on this thing is just going to make it sluggish.
Timer start.
I'm going to check the battery voltage.
Timer start.
Throttle cut.
Cut on.
Okay, it's right at 376, 375, so that's where I want it to be for storage. I have to bump it up to storage, but we're going to end it right there. Well, there you have it, guys, the FMS P-51. I think you can still get the red tail. I think that's the only version you can actually get now from FMS of this size. The 1450 is the red tail. And I actually have another one of these new in the box, so as a backup insurance.